a line like this, she's offering insight into the conflict within herself. She's permitting herself to act differently, but she needs your confirmation by using this phrase. She wants you to lead. She's signaling that she wants you to lead. It's an invitation for you to take charge and guide the moment, and she's waiting for you to make the next move. The subtext is clear. I'm breaking my own rules. And because of you, it's not about impulsiveness. It's about intention. She has already decided what she wants, but this is her way of making it easier to follow through the real message. Here isn't about what she's doing, it's about why she feels compelled to share this with you. She wants you to understand that this moment is significant, She's stepping into unfamiliar territory for you, and she wants to know if you're willing to take that step with her. In relationships, moments like these can be both subtle and revealing. She's testing boundaries, not just hers, but yours as well. And how you respond can reinforce her choice or make her question her decision. It's more than a casual remark. It's a way for her to say she's trusting you with something new and she's waiting for you to honour that trust for it's getting late, but I don't. A subtle invitation feel like leaving the moment is charged with a quiet tension, and she looks at you smiling and says, "It's getting late, but I don't feel like leaving." On the surface, it is a simple observation. She's not explicitly asking for more time, not outright inviting you to do anything, but beneath the words lies a hidden strategy that puts the ball squarely in your court. If she genuinely wanted to end the night, she'd say, "I should go." And that would be the end. But instead, she gives you an opening, a subtle invitation without saying a word. Directly, it's a test of your awareness and confidence. She's not telling you what to do, but allowing you to make the next move. Her words carry an unspoken message. I'm open to something more, but I need you to show me. She's signaling her desire for either a deeper conversation, another location, a deeper conversation, or more intimacy, whatever that may mean in the context of your relationship. By leaving the decision in your hands, she's giving you the power to lead the situation, but with the understanding that if you don't take the initiative, she'll simply let the night fade into nothing. In relationships, these moments are the subtle crossroads, where intimacy is cultivated or neglected. By paying attention to these hidden cues, you'll understand that her words are not just casual expressions, they are opportunities for connection, waiting for you to take the next step. So when she says, "I don't feel like leaving," it's not about how late it is, how ready she is to see if you'll make the night something more. 5. Do you think I'm that innocent? A window into her psyche. Do you think I'm that innocent is more than just a casual question. It's a window into the layers of her psyche. It may seem like a playful challenge, but it's far deeper than that. Women are complex beings and often seek to be recognized as such, not reduced to a one-dimensional ideal. She's not asking for validation or reassurance that she's perfect. She's testing whether you can appreciate the depths beneath the surface. The question is a subtle invitation to explore the parts of her personality that are often hidden. The surface side, she doesn't always reveal. At first glance, she wants to know if you're willing to go beyond the good girl image you might have in your mind. She's curious if you can handle the full spectrum of who she is, her boldness, desires, and contradictions. She's challenging you to see her for who she truly is, not just the version that fits into the box of what's expected by asking you this. She's giving you an unspoken message. There's more to me than meets the eye. Can you handle it? It tests the full spectrum, both your perception and your willingness to embrace her complexity. She doesn't want to be seen as predictable or confined to a role. She's inviting you into her world, where there's more than innocence waiting to be uncovered. This isn't just a flirtation. It's an opportunity for you to engage with her entirely, to appreciate the fullness of her identity and the uniqueness she brings to the table. It's a challenge, yes, but also a gift. by responding openly. You show her you can see beyond the surface and are ready for the depth beneath 6. I feel like I can be myself around you. When she says, I feel like I can be myself around you, it's not just a compliment, it's an unveiling. This phrase signals a deeper level of trust and intimacy beyond casual affection. It's the moment when she's no longer trying to impress you. Hey, welcome to the channel. Today, we're talking about something that trips up a lot of guys, how women hint at their attraction without ever saying it directly. If you think a woman will tell you outright when she's interested, think again. The truth is, women rarely make things that easy. Instead, they drop subtle hints, create little intimate moments, and expect you to pick up on those signals. Now here's the thing, if you don't pick up on those cues, she's not going to assume you're just shy or trying to be polite. She will think you're either uninterested or not confident enough to take the lead. And just like that, you've missed your chance. Stick around. Because in this video, we'll break down 10 things women say when they secretly want more from you. By the end, you'll know exactly what those phrases mean and never be left wondering again. When you smell so good, when a woman leans in and says, "You smell so good," it's never just about cologne. That comment carries weight far beyond fragrance. Instinctual, intimate, and often unconscious scent bypasses logic and travels straight to memory and desire. A compliment on how you smell is one of the subtlest, yet clearest signals that she's already imagined being close to you. Unlike a remark about your clothes or haircut, a comment about your scent implies physical nearness. It means she's noticed the most personal part of your presence, something you can't easily control or even replicate. This isn't about grooming, it's about chemistry. Women only notice how a man smells when they're close enough to care, and they only care when something in them has already leaned in, emotionally or physically. You'll often see it before you hear it. She steps into your space just a little closer than needed. Her voice lowers her body, orients toward yours. Maybe she lingers a second longer than necessary when you hug her playful sniff or soft smile. Afterward is more than flirtation, a preview of intimacy she's already considered. It's not always about seduction. Sometimes it's comfort, sometimes it's curiosity, but it always comes from a place of connection. The words "you smell so good" are rarely said without a feeling behind them. They hint at touch without touching, at closeness without asking, at desire without demand. So when she says it, listen. Beyond the words, she's not talking to your ego, she's talking to your presence. And at that moment, she had already imagined what it felt like to be close to you, long before you asked or even noticed too. Your trouble, when a woman looks at you half smiling and says, "Your trouble," she's not warning herself, she's revealing something she can't quite contain. It's not a complaint, but an admission dressed in playful deflection. It's her way of saying, you're different, that you don't fit into the safety of routine or the predictability of the men she's known. You've triggered something more potent than simple attraction. You've activated emotional tension, an internal pull between curiosity and caution. What you represent isn't danger. In the literal sense, you represent unpredictability, a break from the script. You rattle her patterns and make her question her emotional balance. And that disruption is addictive. When she says, "Your trouble," she means that you've bypassed the slow burn and gone straight to the part where her heart races a little faster, where her guard slips just enough to make room for risk attraction lives, in the space between control and surrender. Her emotions run deeper when a woman feels pulled in and slightly off. Center, her nervous energy becomes fuel for fascination. That tension, the not knowing what comes next, is what makes her want to stay close. And often, the men who create that effect aren't just charming. They're grounded in presence, unapologetically themselves, and unwilling to be figured out too quickly. So when she says "your trouble," listen closely. She's telling you that you stir something in her that's not easily defined. You've become the man who shifts her from safe to stirred, and in her voice, beneath a teasing tone, there's a confession: you make me lose control, and I like it. 3. I don't usually do this, but when she says, I don't usually do this, but it's easy to think she's uncertain, or trying to set the stage for a more cautious step forward. But the truth is, she's not uncertain, she's already made up her mind. This statement isn't about hesitation, it's about permitting herself to cross a boundary she's typically avoided. It's a psychological mechanism she's typically avoided that allows her to feel justified in stepping outside her norms, and she's looking for a way to make this new behaviour feel more acceptable. Women, like anyone, want to protect their reputation. They want to be seen in a positive light. And more often than not, they fear judgment. When the polished version of herself fades away, and she lets you see the real person beneath the surface. This moment, a turning point, is significant because it represents a turning point for a woman to say, this means she feels emotionally safe enough to show you her vulnerabilities, flaws, and even her deepest fears. Trust is not given easily once granted. It creates a space to drop her guard without fear of judgment or rejection. It's a rare and precious gift because for many women, their emotional vulnerability has been met with disappointment or betrayal. So when she says she can be herself around you, it's a sign you've earned a level of connection that most men never reach. The trust and attraction key to understanding this moment lies in trust and attraction. These two elements create a strong emotional and physical connection that can't be faked. When a woman feels emotionally safe and physically drawn to you, she becomes open in a way many don't experience in relationships. It's no longer about maintaining an image or playing a role. It's about showing the often hidden parts of herself. The implied message in this statement is clear. I don't just like you. I trust you enough to let my guard down, and this trust is the foundation of a more profound connection that can lead to more than just fleeting moments of affection. It's the beginning of a bond that can grow stronger over time, built on mutual respect and emotional transparency. When she feels safe with you, she sees you as someone who can handle her authenticity, and that's a rare and beautiful thing in a relationship. 7. So what now? So what now seem like an innocent, simple inquiry with no weight behind it. But if you listen closely, the subtle meaning is far more profound than it appears. So what now isn't just a casual ask. It's an invitation, a green light. The moment those words leave her lips, something shifts. She's waiting for you to take the next step, escalate the situation in her world. Communication is often indirect, wrapped in hints and unspoken cues. Women rarely state their desires outright. Instead, they plant seeds and wait to see if you'll pick up on them. When she asks, so what now? She's not asking for an answer. In the traditional sense, she's waiting for you to lead. The emotional momentum has been built. Now she's giving you the space to take it further. Her question implies a lot more than it says. It's not just about what comes next in the conversation. It's about what comes next in the relationship, where it's heading, and whether you'll take the initiative to move it in the direction she's already prepared for. She's giving you the chance to step into the role of leader, of the one who guides the interaction towards something more meaningful for her. It's a test, but not of your ability to plan or come up with answers. It tests whether you'll recognize the unspoken invitation and understand that she's waiting for you to take the reins and guide the relationship to the next level. It's a small, subtle question that holds immense weight, and how you respond will determine how the story unfolds. 8. You're powerful. When your powerful woman says you're powerful, it's not just a comment about your muscles or physical power. It's a deeper recognition of your presence, energy, and how you carry yourself and handle the world around you. It's the way you navigate a room, the way you respond under pressure, and the way you hold your space in a crowd. She's not just talking about your body, she's noticing your essence, And when that happens, the attraction begins to shift. At first it's subconscious. She might not even be aware of it herself, but something changes in how you make decisions, lead, or stand tall in a difficult moment. As you move through your day, her attention sharpens. The attraction shifts, starts to see you, not just as a man, but as a force. She begins to understand the depth of your presence, your quiet strength that goes beyond words. The attraction moves from something instinctual to something deliberate, conscious that your powerful compliment signals a subtle but powerful shift. It's no longer just a glance or a passing thought. She's paying attention now. She's imagining what it would be like to be close to you, to feel the warmth of your touch, the weight of your presence next to her. It's an unspoken message that speaks louder than words. She's feeling a pull that goes beyond the surface, and that pull, once noticed, is hard to ignore. It's more than physical attraction. It's a shift in how she perceives you, not just as a partner, but as someone who carries a magnetic, undeniable energy that commands attention. And when she says you're powerful, she acknowledges that she sees you as a man who has depth, offers security, and evokes something in her. She can't quite explain something that makes her want to move closer. 9. I'm sure you could get any girl you want. When she says, I'm sure you could get any girl you want. It might seem like a harmless compliment at first glance, but dig a little deeper and you'll see that it's more of a psychological test than a simple observation. It's not about flattery, it's about assessing your emotional stability, confidence, and most importantly, feelings towards her. This statement has an underlying question. Will you choose me? It's a subtle way for her to gauge, despite all your potential options, whether you're grounded enough to remain focused on her, despite all your potential options. It's a challenge to your humility and emotional control. Will you brush it off gracefully, or will you falter in these moments? She's not just complimenting your attractiveness. She's wondering if you see her as special enough to choose. She's looking for reassurance that her place in your life is secure despite the possibility of other women. The unspoken question becomes, you have choices, but will you pick me? When you hear this, the key is to respond confidently and genuinely, showing that, while you may have options, your commitment to her is rooted in something real. Your grounded response will affirm her place in your life, easing any doubts she may have about being the one you truly want. 10. You're different. There's a you're different moment in any relationship when words slip out and you realize their weight. You're different. It's not just a casual compliment. When a woman says this to a man, it carries more than surface-level admiration. She's not speaking to someone she's indifferent to. No, this statement is reserved for men who have already captured her attention in a way that others haven't. What does it mean? It means she's mentally drawing comparisons consciously or subconsciously between you and others who've come before, and in doing so, she's placing you in a category, or your own one, that goes beyond casual flirtation or fleeting attraction. She's seeing you're unique, something in you that she hasn't seen in other men, a quality or connection that's not easily overlooked. The message is unspoken, but clear. I don't want you to be just another guy. She's looking deeper than surface-level interaction. She's considering whether there's more to explore, whether there's potential for something real, something lasting in a world where many interactions remain superficial. When she tells you that you're different, she says she sees something unique in you, a connection she's unwilling to ignore. So if you hear these words, take note. They signal more than just attraction. They signal interest in exploring the potential of a deeper, more meaningful bond. She's setting you apart because in her eyes, you're more than just a momentary infatuation. You're someone she's ready to consider for the long term. Ultimately, it's essential to conclusion. Understand that women rarely communicate desire in direct literal terms. Instead, they speak through suggestion, subtlety, and emotional nuance. The phrases we've explored today aren't random compliments or throwaway lines. They're carefully chosen cues that reveal deeper layers of interest, comfort, and attraction. A woman who feels safe, intrigued, and connected will often invite closeness, not with overt declarations, but with playful challenges, lingering moments, and open-ended signals that leave room for you to step in. With confidence, the men who succeed in these moments aren't necessarily the best looking or the most charming. They're the ones who pay attention, read the energy, and lead with clarity and respect. When you start noticing what's being said beneath the words, you stop guessing and connect. Now it's your turn. Have you ever recognized these phrases in real life? How did you respond? I'd love to hear your experiences and insights in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more powerful insights into human connection, attraction, and emotional intelligence. See you next time.